OBDeleven is a very powerful OBD2 scanner that can be used to diagnose faults and code new features for your VAC or BMW vehicle. You can also use it to diagnose engine problems for every other car brand. This quick guide will fully explain how to use it, and since I am using this device for almost 2 years, I can give you some secret tips, for example, how you can detect rollback odometers on the used vehicle, how you can use service functions to save money on mechanics, and I will also show you a way how you can use this device without buying a single credit. The OBDeleven supports almost all car brands, and there are 3 different apps. The most advanced one is OBDeleven VAC, which can transform your smartphone into a dealership level device with advanced functions like full scan, bidirectional test or coding new features. The OBDeleven VAC works for all Volkswagen, Audi, Skoda and Seat models, and also for some Rolls-Royces, Lamborghinis and Bentleys. The second app is OBDeleven BMW, which works for BMW and Mini vehicles. It is slightly less advanced, but still offers some interesting features, for example full scan, reading the live data and unlocking new hidden features. The third and latest OBDeleven app is called Engine Diagnostic, and it can be used to diagnose engine problems for every car brand. The only condition is the vehicle must use CAN bus systems, which are almost all vehicles produced after 2008. All OBDeleven apps will work only with the genuine OBDeleven adapters, and there are 2 to choose from. The black next-gen adapter can be used with all 3 apps and work for both iOS and Android operating systems, and the original white first-gen adapter works only with OBDeleven VAC app, and it will work only with Android smartphone. The price for the adapters on the OBDeleven website is $40 for the first gen and $60 for the next gen. So the choice is pretty obvious, just get the black adapter. You will spend $20 more, but it will work for all 3 apps and you can use it for both Android and iOS. You have 3 different plans to choose from. I will explain the differences between those plans, but first you need to understand what are the OBDeleven credits. And the credits are currency inside the VAC and BMW apps that is used to pay for one-click applications. One-click applications are pre-made codings, so when you want to unlock hidden features you can either code it yourself, or if you don't know how, you can use this one-click application which are paid by credits. The one-click application usually costs 10 credits, which equals to $2. So if you want to unlock 5 new features for your vehicle, it will cost you $10 in one-click applications. Okay, now I can explain you what are the differences between 3 VAC plans. So if you don't want to pay any subscription, you can use the free plan, which already has all OBDeleven's diagnostic features. And those are the features of professional scan tools like full scan, bidirectional controls, or reading the live data from all modules. Usually the scan tools that can do all of these costs $400 and up, and you have it here in the free plan. The only thing you need to buy is $60 OBDeleven adapter, and you can use this app completely for free. The only limitation of this free plan is coding new features. You can still unlock and adjust features in your vehicle, but only with one-click applications, which are paid by OBDeleven credits that I talked about earlier. Now, if you are looking to code more features, you will be better with purchasing the Pro plan for $50 a year. The Pro plan will unlock long coding, adaptations and other coding features, so you will be able to code your change yourself without using one-click applications. And don't worry, the coding yourself isn't hard at all, and for the most of changes you can code them under 1 minute. There are however some more complicated features which you can code by entering multiple long coding and adaptations channels, which will take you more time, and you will also need to make full backup of your control modules before coding. And I will show you how to do that later when I explain how to use long coding, but don't forget that you will need a Pro plan if you want to code yourself. So in a nutshell, using OBDeleven for diagnosing problems will cost you only $60 for the adapter. If you want to unlock and code new features, you will have to spend money either on the credits for one-click applications or for Pro plan. And I also have more detailed free versus Pro explanation and also a bunch of other videos about OBDeleven, so feel free to check my channel after you're done watching this guide. Okay, so now you know which adapter and plan to choose, and now we can start using our OBDeleven. So how do you connect? If you never used an OBD2 scanner, you might want to look at article on my website which explain the basics and will be linked in description. But here is a quick connection guide. You need to find your OBD2 port on most models under the dashboard on the steering wheel side. Plug your OBDeleven adapter in, which will turn red if it's connected properly and your OBD2 port has power. Then you need to the car cannot be completely turned off. You either have to have ignition on or the engine must be running. It depends on what you will be using it for. If you want to read engine live data, obviously the engine has to run, but in most cases you are using your OBD2 scanner with engine off and ignition on. When you have your adapter connected, just open your OBDeleven app and it will connect to your adapter via Bluetooth automatically. The main page of all three OBDeleven apps is always scanning the car. OBDeleven for VAG and BMW can scan all car modules, which is very useful but isn't that impressive since the cheap scan tools already are getting this feature. But on the other hand, a lot of devices in this $50–60 price range can only scan the engine and transmission faults. The OBDeleven will let you scan all modules in your vehicle, which can be, for example, 10, 20 or even 50 different control modules for some models. And even with the free OBDeleven plan, you are getting the more impressive features, which are full live data and bidirectional tests. Usually the scan tools in this price range will read live data only from the engine, but OBDeleven can read them from all control modules, and we will be actually using this to detect mileage frauds and faked odometers, which I will show you a little later in this video. But first, there is also another helpful diagnostic feature, and that is bidirectional test. These bidirectional tests lets you test single components in your vehicle with just commands from your scan tool. You can control almost every component run by electricity and save yourself a lot of time when diagnosing problems. For example, determining if your engine cooling fan works can be a 10-second process with bidirectional scanner like OBDeleven. Okay, so that were the diagnosing features: full scan, full live data, bidirectional tests. And now we can go ahead and talk about customizing your vehicle and the different ways how you can do it. The first way to code new features to your vehicle are OBDeleven's one-click applications, which are pre-made coding, so you can code new stuff for your vehicle with just one click. The only con to it is that it costs credits. As I already said, most of these one-click applications will cost you $2 worth of OBDeleven's credits. If you don't want to pay credits, you will have to purchase the Pro plan for $50 a year, and then you will be able to code an unlimited amount of features yourself without spending a single dollar on credits. And before we talk about long coding and adaptations, if you want to know which changes are possible for your vehicle, you can follow the link in description, and on OBDeleven's website there is a page when you can enter your car model, car brand, and it will show you all available one-click applications. And remember that if there is one-click application, you can also code it with Pro plan. And there is also Ultimate plan, but it costs $140 for 1 year, and it will let you use as many one-click applications as you want without paying credits. Now, if you are impatient and you don't want to code yourself, this might be the option for you, but you can code everything without using credits even with the Pro plan. You just have to code it yourself and don't use one-click apps. And since I am using this device for years, I have the Ultimate plan, but my recommendation is the Pro. You will learn some coding, you can code yourself, which is more fun than using the one-click apps, and the price is very fair. You can buy the bundle from the OBDeleven's website, Pro plan plus the device, for $100. So in order to code your features, you have to use long coding and adaptations, and they can be found in every control module, and if you enter them, you can then change different settings on your vehicle. So if you want to make certain change, you need to find instructions either in YouTube or Google how to make that change, and these instructions will tell you which control module to enter, which page to enter, and which byte or box to tick. Or you can just go into different control modules, enter the long coding, and scroll through the pages to find the settings that you want. I also have separate long coding guide as video and also as blog post. It will be linked in description so you can check it for more details. And before we move on, these long coding and adaptations can also be used for various service procedures like resetting oil intervals, coding new batteries, injectors and many more. For example, the last service procedure I used was adapting new battery. If you change your car battery on newer VAG model, you need to adapt it to car's ECU. If you don't adapt new battery for car model that requires it, you will significantly reduce the lifespan of your battery. It might last only half a year or 1 year. So you definitely want to make this adaptation, and if I didn't have OBDeleven, I would have to pay mechanic maybe $20 or $30 to adapt it for me. And that is already half of the price of OBDeleven's device. Okay, and before I show you how to make a backup, please feel free to share any OBDeleven tip that you find out to help other users. I will go first. If you want to code VAG vehicles made after 2019, they sometimes require having the bonnet open to accept coding. So if you have trouble coding the newest vehicles, first make sure that your hood is open. Now back to the backup. You definitely want to make full backup of the long coding adaptations and other values pulled from your control modules before you do any coding yourself. Sometimes you can mess something up and you will need to go back to your original settings. Just go in the menu, there is full backup option. Now it will take some time, maybe 15 minutes, but after the backup is done downloading, you can find it in History tab. And you will have some safety net in case anything goes wrong. Okay, and the detecting mileage fraud. I promised you to show you the way how you can check used vehicle for mileage tampering or mileage frauds. And it is actually very simple. You can detect the rollback odometer by going into live data in every control module in the vehicle. Now, not all of them store the mileage, but usually the few of them will store the mileage data. And the most common control modules that store mileage data is the engine, dashboard, ABS, telematics or radio. And when someone is changing the odometer's value, they often forgot to change the mileage data in all of these modules, so you can often find evidence of mileage fraud. And by the way, if you need more information about how to work with OBD2 scanners in general, not just the OBDeleven, I am giving away free PDF which explains basics of OBD2 and using OBD2 scanners in general. Just follow link in description or in the first comment. And also recently I discovered mileage fraud on Skoda Rapid with OBDeleven and other OBD2 scanner. So if you want to see how I found the rollback mileage with OBDeleven, I actually have 2 videos about that.